to Lots of Series. My name is Precious Studio Kusanjia, and on this episode I'm going to be talking about do's and don'ts when swapping an apartment. First thing first, if you are an incoming tenant, this episode is basically for you. You have to recognize that, you have to realize that if you do not go in through the proper way, you are not a tenant in that house. You are not recognized as a tenant under the law, and you're not even known as a tenant to the landlord. And so basically, the law cannot protect you. You are seen as a trespasser, except you follow the right process. So one of the don'ts you shouldn't do, one of the things you shouldn't do is that do not pay your rent to the outgoing tenant. A lot of people do this because the thing is, you cannot even pay the rent to the landlord because you are not his tenant. So a lot of people now tend to pay the outgoing tenant, so the outgoing tenant will pay the landlord. Now this is absolutely wrong, because the landlord knows that this is the person I put into my house, and so if he meets another person, he can actually throw you out, all right, because you're a trespasser. So one of the things you shouldn't do is do not pay to the outgoing tenant. It is at your risk. It is detrimental to yourself if you pay your rent to the outgoing tenant. Now, the second thing you shouldn't do is do not sneak into the apartment. Do not move into the apartment through the back door. Don't sneak. A lot of people now move in. A lot of people that swap apartment tend to move in the night or when people are not around. You're just doing this at your own risk. Don't sneak into the apartment. Don't pay your rent to the outgoing tenant, and do not sneak into the apartment. Now, one of the things you should do is to ask questions. The first person you should ask question is the outgoing tenant. Why is he leaving? Now, it does not matter who the person is to you. Whether the person is your relative, your friend, your family member, is irrelevant. You should ask him, why are you going out? Are you leaving this place? Now, what are the issues in this place? These are the things you should ask. How are the neighbors? How is the landlord? And what are the issues? I mean issues like, what are the issues in the house? Do you have leakages? Do you have non-functional amenities? You should ask questions, and you should also ask your proposed neighbors. Ask them questions. People in the compound, people on the streets, because the truth of the matter is, especially in situations where the outgoing tenant wants to collect back the unused rent, he's likely not to tell you the whole truth. Now, that is the truth. He's likely not to tell you the whole truth. So it's very important that you get to ask the neighbors in the compound the issues in the compound, and also ask people on the street. Just take it like you're going into that house as a new tenant. Forget the swapping thing. It's just it's a use of terminology. You're going in there, then you have to do an inspection, inspect the house, inspect the apartment, inspect the premises. It's really important. Another thing you should do is to meet with the landlord, because the landlord is the owner of the property. The landlord is the one that owns the property, is the one that will decide who will stay on his property and who will leave. Meet with the landlord of the property, with the outgoing tenant. Have a formal meeting with him. Let him know that you are coming in, and let him accept. Most landlords are very considerate. They may waive the agency fees for you, but they may not. Of course, they won't waive the commission for the lawyer because of the tenancy agreement, but they may waive the agency fee or ask you to pay at a discount. But whether it's a discount or not, meet with the landlord, hold a meeting with him, let him know that you are the income tenant, pay your money directly to the landlord, and collect receipts in your name, and let the tenancy agreement be written in your name. So let's do a quick recap. When you're swapping an apartment with a friend, with a relative, do not pay your money to the outgoing tenant. Do not sneak into the apartment without the knowledge of the landlord. Meet with the landlord, have a formal meeting, let him agree, pay your money directly to the landlord, get your receipt, and let the tenancy agreement be written in your name. I hope this was helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Lots of TV, and hit the notification button for updates on videos on legal awareness and law tips. Please always do remember to do the right thing, and do not forget that information is not just key, it is the key, and ignorance is no excuse in law. Thank you for having me, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
I call you baby. Some people don't know I call you baby. They say I'm crazy. No be my photo, you drive me crazy. You better see they do me. I carry on my top on my head.